The skyline was not as it is now, so the cathedral was a prominent building. On a hill you could see all the way down to Darling Harbour.
Another reflection on those times. Back then, the population was just 4 million. From that slender number, 62,000 Australians died in the fighting. No wonder then that the bells came to symbolise such a welcome end to the butchery on the battlefields. High in the cathedral, the great bronze mouldings are hung and braced on steel beams.
The bells are heavy. The biggest one here is 1.5 tons.
Bell ringing is a family affair for Bill Perrins and son Thomas.
I've got 4 children and they all learned. My wife also is a very accomplished ringer.
The Sunday thing is obviously a special event. Those who will be ringing will be quite experienced.
On the blackboard are seemingly simple recipes for ringing. The reality is much more complicated.
This is our methods. Good ringing is even ringing, where the bells sound evenly spaced.
Tomorrow, the moment will have a sombre beginning.
At 11 o'clock, I think he's going to toll the big bell for a minute. It's like a funeral toll.
The full battery of bells will then be unleashed. The story of war and peace might be 100 years old, but the message of remembrance still rings clear and loud. Mark Burrows, NBN News.
Ahead in the news, the former First Lady sharing her struggles with motherhood, and the brave officer's actions which saved a man's life.
Best-selling author, disgraced peer, prison inmate. Now Jeffrey Archer is back and facing yet more controversy. He joins us live. And the incredible health benefits of coffee. Why your daily caffeine hit could be protecting you against Alzheimer's. That's tomorrow, only on Today.
Domain's outdoor extravaganza. Extra hot deals on outdoor lounges, dining and umbrellas. Huge range in stock. Plus, spend over $9.99, get bonus wine and bonus outdoor cover. With 50 months interest free. Don't miss out. Outdoor extravaganza ends Sunday at Domain.
I don't get it. What is this thing? Should I prove it?
It's not your fault. Try a new tablet. Switch to Fairy Platinum. With triple action, it beats Finish Quantum at cleaning stuck on food on the first wash.
When I first met Gutsy, his motions were irregular, but I've been pushing him hard. Now Gutsy is healthy and regular. Take Metamucil daily, a natural way to stay regular and support a healthy gut.
Why can Japan and China use Australian coal and Australians can't? Why can Japanese and Chinese citizens enjoy cheap energy prices and Australians can't? Australia is the world's biggest exporter of coal, yet we're not building coal-fired power stations here. Australia has the cleanest coal in the world, but we export it. Australian politicians don't fight for us, they fight each other. Help the United Australia Party fight for lower power prices now. Vote 1 United Australia Party.
Authorised by James McDonald for the United Australia Party, Brisbane.
Introducing Newcastle's newest Mitsubishi and Suzuki dealership. Kelly Mitsubishi and Kelly Suzuki. Now open at Pacific Highway Gate 10. Kelly's got your car.
What else haven't I tried?
I want to break free.
Sweet.
Coca-Cola, no sugar. What else have you tried?
Harvey Norman Epic Birthday Sale.
With great birthday specials on small appliances just in time for Christmas. There's birthday bargains on all Dyson barrel and stick backs, including all of the new V10 stick back range. Hot prices on all coffee machines, Breville, DeLonghi, Sunbeam, Pura, and all espresso machines.
You always get a great deal at Harvey Norman.
Now's the best time to do your Christmas shopping. With birthday bargains on small appliances, choose from our huge range.
Harvey Norman Epic Birthday Sale. In store now.
Domain's outdoor extravaganza. Extra hot deals on outdoor lounges, dining and umbrellas. Huge range in stock. Plus, spend over $9.99, get bonus wine and bonus outdoor cover. With with 50 months interest free. Don't miss out. Outdoor extravaganza ends Sunday at 2 a.m.
Bet Easy and Sky Racing Vision make it easy to raise your game. No matter where you are, you can bet and watch all the thoroughbred greyhound and harness races live, all without leaving the app. Whatever the competition, it's easy to raise your game with Bet Easy.
Monday night on NBN News, the National Disability Insurance Scheme, good for some, but a frustrating experience for others.
We felt we had to really argue our case constantly.
One family's fight for their child and why others are giving up altogether. NBN News, Monday night.
She's one of the world's most recognisable faces, but there's more to Michelle Obama than meets the eye. The former First Lady has spilled the secrets in a new tell-all book, sharing intimate details on her family and not holding back on her husband's replacement, Donald Trump.
She's been a public figure for years, but it's only now that the former First Lady has revealed a very private pain.
I felt lost and alone, and I felt like I failed because I didn't know how common miscarriages were, because we don't talk about it. We sit in our own pain, thinking that somehow we're broken.
After struggling to fall pregnant, Michelle Obama miscarried, then underwent IVF to conceive her two daughters, Malia and Sasha.
Clock is real. Egg production is limited, and I realized that as I was 34 and 35, we had to do IVF. I think it's the worst thing that we do to each other as women, not share the truth about our bodies and how they work and how they don't work.
It's taken 20 years to share her story, and her new book is an open account of her pain, heartache, and later the strain on her marriage when husband Barack entered politics.
Marriage counseling for us was one of those ways where we learned how to talk out our differences. What I learned about myself was that my happiness was up to me.
It's a very different story to the one we're accustomed to, a world-famous couple whose mutual affection has always been on display. But Michelle Obama says that's why she's speaking out.
For those young people out there who think that marriage is supposed to be easy.
And she hasn't held back on the current president either. Donald Trump, with his loud and reckless innuendos, was putting my family's safety at risk. And for this, I'll never forgive him.
She wrote a book. You got paid a lot of money to write a book. And they always insist that you come up with controversial. Well, I'll give you a little controversy back. I'll never forgive him for what he did to our United States military by not funding it properly.
Michelle Obama may have written a book, but it appears this story isn't over.
A passenger jet has overshot a runway in Guyana, crashing and injuring several people. The Fly Jamaica aircraft was forced to make an emergency landing on its way to Toronto, but was unable to stop while landing. 120 passengers and crew were on board at the time. Two quick-thinking police officers in New Jersey have risked their own lives pulling a driver out of a burning car on the side of a highway. As flames engulfed the vehicle, they smashed windows to rescue the injured man. He was dragged to safety just moments before the car exploded. 4 big engines roared, the wheels came up, and hundreds of happy smiles took to the air over Sydney today. It was the annual Qantas Jumbo Joy Flight for disadvantaged kids and those with a disability, all made possible by some fabulous volunteers.
It's our Sky High, some very special little ones embarking on a very big journey. Have you been on a plane before?
No, and I'm nervous for it.
I think you're going to like it.
I'm going to love it.
364 first-time flyers who, until now, have never had the chance to leave land.
We know they're on board. We can hear them. From the time they take off, they're screaming and laughing.
Qantas crew led the Joy Flight craziness. Oh, that feels good. Thank you. You're great.
Oh, yeah, you're gorgeous. Yeah, you're fantastic.
For nearly 5 decades, charity Pathfinders and the Turramurra Rotary have run the event. Qantas donating a jumbo, Shell the fuel.
Some of the children who are severely disabled, it's a bit of a struggle for them, but once we get them on board, they're as happy as Larry and they just love it.
With a wave and a high five, the smiles say it all. Once on board this party plane, the nerves are no more. A safety demo with a difference and a quick roar down the runway. Delighted squeals as the Queen of the Sky lifts off. A 90-minute round trip, the whole aircraft open for inspection. What can you see out the window?
I can see all the houses and all the trees and all the public schools and high schools. It's great.
Oh, hold on a second. If you're back here, who's up there?
I gave the keys to one of these children.
This is going to be the best day in the skies, right?
The best day of all. Yeah, we love it.
In order to make a day like this work, it takes everyone to get on board. And thankfully today, air traffic are playing along, allowing a very special low flight right over Sydney Harbour. Skimming across the North Shore, a final approach back to Mascot, and a final jumbo joy flight after 11 years for Captain Krieg.
Yes, unfortunately, at the end of the year I retire. Yeah, so this will be the last, but I'll still be involved with the program, obviously.
An unforgettable day and experience for each and everyone involved.
Tim Davies, NBN News.
It's a game of intelligence and skill, but a blunder by a Hollywood actor has almost ended a competitor's run at the World Chess Championship before he'd made a move. Woody Harrelson knocked over the player's king and moved the wrong pawn. Luckily, organisers ignored the rules and let him start again. Was it a bird? Was it a plane? Neither. It was a bunch of man-made flying contraptions soaring and crashing into Sydney Harbour. It's an annual event that's travelled around the world, and now, after 10 years, it's returned to Sydney's shores.
It's hard to soar like an eagle when you're a pink cockatoo made from crepe paper. It looks ridiculous, and it is, but it's also a competition. The annual Flugtag Festival crash landing on Sydney Harbour. More than 30 teams designing, building and launching their homemade flying machines off a 6-metre platform.
Of course it's going to fly. Does it look like a swan? Swans can fly.
Even a kiss for luck couldn't stop this swan from sinking. Icons like the humble bin chook had the crowd support. But it couldn't quite take off. For most, it was about show rather than aerodynamics. A shrimp on the barbie and Bunnings sausage singer capping off a perfect Aussie day on the harbour.
Lots of weekends, lots of duct tape, lots of screws and things.
Steven Seagal, a chip off the old block for his team, soaring for a smooth landing. He came out the judge's favourite on top when the votes were tallied. The rest of the flock just feeling the sting of losing.
To me or not to me?
Oh, plenty of fun. It's time for sport now with Sam Djodan, and our cricketers are back in the winner's circle, Sam.
Thankfully, Jane, but it certainly was a tense finish. Coming up after the break, the sweet taste of success for the Aussies in Adelaide. And a big name dropped from New Zealand's lineup ahead of their match with England.